Pete Trades.
Real trades, real talk.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Thank you for being here. The reason I did not make a video yesterday is because I did not trade yesterday. I took a day off. From work and just and hung out with some friends and went skiing. So that was a great time, but unfortunately I did miss this great gap and go day on MNQ. It gapped. It opened at the high of the prior day range and pushed up. It's the exact scenario we look for bullish days. Would have traded that to the long side as I had more relative strength than MES. So yeah, I missed out, but that's okay. Now I'm going to talk about today's trades. So I took 5 trades today. The last 2 were stupid trades. I should have stopped after 3. I was up about $150 and I ended up down $60. So yeah, I was at $180 actually is how much I was up. So very unfortunate. I need to start pretending these numbers are bigger in my mind. Like instead of saying, hey, I'm up 180, imagine I'm up 1800. Because one day, because trading is scalable, when my trading contract size is bigger, it will be 1800, okay? So I have to be like 180 is a great day. I could be here saying, hey, I made $180 today. Instead, I'm telling you the story of how I was up 180 and then went down to minus 60 due to taking 2 bad trades. So let me review the trades I took. The first trade was an MES trade long from bar 2. Broke the high of this bar, rode it up to this EMA, sold. So from 20 up to 66, so like 46 points, pretty much 45 points. It was pretty great. Let me actually open something. So yeah, these are the trades I took. So I made let me just review them all real quick. Second MNQ trade was bar 5. It broke the high of this bar, so I was going for a gap close, and unfortunately we did not get it. I think my computer is like freezing again. What the hell? It's been going so slow lately. Do I have like a virus or something? What the hell? Okay. It's working again, thank God. So second trade was me going long on bar 5, pushing for a gap close. It did not work. Third trade, which happened at the exact same time as the second trade, was I got long on bar 5 because I was going to target the gap close. Bar 5, it pushed up, and I just sold right here at the top. So I made like 3.5 points, made $180 on that push up. So I was up $180 by 8 a.m. Okay, pretty solid start to the day. But then as the day went on, I took a big break. I came back here, and I tried to short right here around bar 35. And then it failed. And then on MNQ, I tried to get long around here, bar 37, bar 38, bar 39, and then that failed. I shouldn't have traded because it was obviously choppy. It was an inside day. It's just not a day that we're going to have the best price action. The moving averages had fallen off, or the ATR had fallen quite a bit on the 5 minutes, so I knew that it wasn't going to work very well, or that there wasn't going to be like sufficient like follow through strength, unlike in the morning where the ATR is much higher and follow through is much more likely. This down here would have actually been like around bar 10, 12, 13 would have actually been a good time to get long because, look, you're in the bottom third of the prior day range. The hourly moving averages are bullish. There's still a gap unfilled. So hey, yeah, target the closure of that gap, or just target this high. That's a safer distance than going for the complete close of this gap. Um, but yeah, there just weren't very many good trades today. MES was a weird one because it opened well below the prior day low, had the most relative weakness out of the three, so I kind of expected a big push down. Probably should have shorted bar 5, but it was hard to do that for me because, hey, it pushed up. Okay, it showed bullish strength. It seems like, hey, maybe we do want to close this gap. I think, as of this morning, yeah, when it opened, the 9 EMA was still above the 21 EMA, but obviously, looking at the daily, we are in a big range here. It has been, not most of the times when it gaps, it does go. But tomorrow is the interest rate decision, so it makes sense that, hey, it would just range down here because the market is going to be quiet as it anticipates and waits for the interest rate decision. At the end of the day, it looks like there's a lot of buying pressure. A lot more on MES than MNQ. Look at RTY. Yeah, the RTY didn't really have that. So MES had the most buying pressure. Let's talk about tomorrow now. In fact, I can fill this out with you guys. So, yeah, this is like what I'm going to fill out every day before I trade. This is pretty interesting. I'm excited to share this, actually. I wanted to rename it to say Wednesday. So, yeah, Wednesday. The fuck? My Mac is being buggy. Okay, Wednesday. So you guys have seen this before if you've been watching the channel. This is something I read all of this every morning just to get me in the right headspace. I do this, meditate on these two things. This is kind of newer though. Here, I go through this night before notes. So this is what I'm going to do with you right now. Then in the morning, I do my initial thoughts, and then answer this question here. In fact, let's. So night before, what has the market done today? Consolidated, expanded. I'm gonna say it's today or on Tuesday, December 17th. The market consolidated. Huge MME tomorrow, market moving event. The federal interest rate decision. I don't actually say it interest. I say interest, like a normal guy. Oh, this is my LSAT prep stuff. You guys can ignore this. But let's just take a look real quick at the market moving events. So yeah, that comes at noon tomorrow, noon Mountain Time, and then noon 30 Mountain Time for when Jay Powell will talk. But this is 2 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, 2:30 p.m. New York time. So that's at 12. So I'll fill this into Fed decision plus J Powell talk 12 and 12:30. Huge stuff happening. That's going to move the market obviously quite a bit. So I'm probably not really going to trade tomorrow as well. Just because it's going to move it so much and I don't want to be in that volatility. Plus, I'm going to be busy at work, unfortunately. What else? Adjust the chart and ranges. I can do that right now. Also identify ranges. So yeah, we want to. I'm just gonna classify this whole day as a range. So I'll just push that out like that. Trade of 8 is pissing me off lately, guys. It's being really glitchy. Hey, so I just had to cut. So finishing up this video, yeah, I just drew this big box here to just identify that that's a range, okay? I'm about to do the same thing for MNQ because we don't want to mess around in the prior day range. It's not a good time to trade in. And trading in it is what hurts you. It hurts your account. And I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to trade suboptimal times anymore. It's just no longer worth it to me. Even though, like, I make mistakes and I still do, kind of like I did today. Which I can show you a picture of real quick, too. Daily use, playbook. Bad. Okay, yeah, these are the... Got long there. Failed. Or that was the first failure. And then we kept trying and it failed even worse. So, yeah, it failed. Got stopped out here. We tried again to get long. And it failed. So, bummer, but shouldn't have traded in this. Why should I not have traded in this real quick? I should have drawn a box, a range from bar 29 down to 32. And I should have just said, because this is where it turned around, I should have said, I'm not going to trade inside here. I'll trade if we get a break and then retest out of this, but I'm not going to trade inside here. It was a impulsive trade. It was a boredom trade. Here you can see my first two trades. Just wasn't a good trade. Bad idea. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll yield better price action, but I'm not really concerned about it. I'm going to just run my own race. I'm going to be busy as hell, so I probably won't really even be able to trade too much, sadly. And yeah, that's just how it's gonna be. The fuck? Just redrawing and adjusting my lines here. My prior day high, prior day low, prior day close, range bars. So yeah, those are all adjusted now. There we go. Just fixed that. Yeah, and I'm going to look for the breakout of this. So if we open up here, I'm going to break out for a move up. If we open up down there, I'll break out for a move down. But I'm guessing it's not going to be good price action because it rarely is the morning of interest rate decisions. It's usually pretty quiet and not as good. And if I expect anything, I expect probably to be bearish just based on how MES has... It just seems so bearish lately. Like all these wicks above, all the bigger days have been pushes to the downside. It just doesn't seem like a very bullish environment for the MES. But MNQ has seemed super bullish. So who the heck am I to say that MES might turn around and start pushing up pretty hard too? But I think once MNQ loses some steam, we're going to see some pretty bearish market pressure because MES has already seemed kind of bearish, and I think that's going to fall way harder once MNQ stops holding it up. And then RTY, man, RTY has just been not had great luck recently. We had a bearish crossover on the daily, and yeah, RTY has just not been very strong at all. A lot of pushes down in the morning. So yeah, that'll do it for me, guys. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you at the next video. Peace. Happy trading.